Alright, so here's a question. What do you do when your wife goes out of town? Hey guys, do you remember this couch from last episode? Well, that scene nearly drove me crazy. Let me explain. Chantel is gone for the weekend, which means I should have unlimited time to get shiz done, right? But I did not. The opening scene was supposed to be a spoof on Friends with the punchline, "We don't have any friends," but we never got out. The only fountain we could find was like way too far away because we had only the CX-5 and the couch couldn't fit in it, and well, it's besides the point. There was enough time to work on this video. I just truly, for the first time ever, was experiencing creative block / burnout.
Burnout. Burnout.
I have been taking a little bit of a break from YouTube.
Burnout. I work full-time doing photo and video for a jewelry company, and I spend the rest of my time trying to be a decent husband and make 52 weeks. But as you can see from these multiple clips throughout the week, I was a bit overwhelmed. I just have to record a few thoughts about what's happening right now because it's been a month since I last put out a video, and I'm just at the very bottom of this huge mountain again. And it is so intimidating and scary, and I feel completely overwhelmed. I climbed this huge mountain that is 52 Weeks Season 1 and getting married and moving to a new place, and now I'm at the very base of the mountain of like moving on to I've never felt creatively blocked when dealing with 52 weeks. It's always been a big motivator to come home and work on the series. But during that time, I didn't have a job making videos, and so I'm learning once more to kind of rebalance my life, and it's really hard to sit on camera and talk about it happening right now because it's hard right now. Usually with 52 weeks, I look back and I've made it through this time with clarity in my head and can tell you what I did right. But things aren't right, and I'm way out of balance. It's just really odd to feel totally overwhelmed when I'm totally happy, you know? I'm going to bed. As someone that for years would stay up until 3 a.m. making these videos, admitting to myself that I had creative block came as a bit of a shock. I'm stressed because for like a million reasons. I think I'm like adjusting to marriage, and like I can't figure out how to balance being creative all day and then still wanting to be creative at night. And it's hard. In my years spent on YouTube, I've watched hundreds of creatives talk about this topic, but I've never really had burnout. So how am I supposed to get out of it?
So it starts to feel like the walls are closing in on you, and that light at the end of the tunnel is getting dimmer and dimmer. You guys feel that way? Anybody ever have creative block?
And I remember calling our lead investor at Beam and saying to him, I'm starting a daily vlog. And he said to me, don't burn yourself out.
I don't know anything else. I've got nothing else to give.
Who do you think you're talking to, man? I'm Casey, I don't burn out.
I can't shake it. And that's why the daily format didn't work very well for me.
Yeah, well, I just didn't sleep. That's the trick.
Right.
Okay, so cut to 3 years later, I was as burned out as anyone could ever be.
I once took a strengths test in college and discovered that my #1 strength was input. Which is a fancy way of saying I have a lot of junk floating around in my brain from watching YouTube all the time. And not only that, I actively pursue putting more junk into my brain. Okay, I was wasting time on YouTube. Sue me. In fact, I was in the middle of one of my particularly nasty procrastination bouts, not doing anything productive, much less working on 52 weeks, the #1 thing that I love. And I happened to stumble across the notification that Porter Robinson, a musician, was live streaming his new music video.
And I know, man, I may not be good with words and stuff like that.
Wait. Porter Robinson had creative block? This is actually a really good article. I'll link it below. Cool. Porter Robinson, the man who has created worlds within music, like written incredible short films and even dresses creatively, gets burnt out to the point where he can't make anything creative for years?
Well, I guess what I would say is that if you're struggling to create the art that you want to due to fear, rejection, or anxiety, then you're the same as me. Because I still go through that too, and it's completely normal. Like, it's not something to resist or to try to fight. It's part of the process. If you really care about what you're doing, then there's going to be some degree of fear that's inherent in that. And like, I'm working on new music right now, and I had sort of an episode 2 or 3 days ago where I was really frustrated and sad and scared and really wanting it to exist, but worrying that it wouldn't exist. And I would just say that there's nothing wrong with you if you're afraid when you're working on art.
Because he's trying to keep a girl for 10 days with his boss, like they have a deal, and then she's trying to like lose a guy in 10 days.
It's Matthew McConaughey, and he looks great with the shirt off.
Yeah.
I don't know why this got through to me so hard, but I learned that, much like Porter, I had to keep living life. I had to keep having real-life experiences instead of just sitting at my desk. I had to read new books just to keep going, because creativity comes from everything around us and is a muscle that can get overworked, just like our legs or arms. We can't just be grinding out creative work 100% of the time, or we're gonna get burnt out. I just needed to hold on, live life outside of 52 weeks for a bit, and not be too hard on myself in the process. Because I discovered that even people as creative and incredible as Porter Robinson still get creative block.